If you both see the movement, don't you see? David is so strong.
We'll make you something to eat.
Finally have the courage to stand up to him.
Make you something to eat.
You're there, emotional. You don't have to do it. You just end up with two-legged souls, trembling and
That
tears.
hurts.
Well, we'll be happy to do it.
One way or another, guess we'll know tomorrow.
What happened, GT? Low grade. What happened?
Do you think I'm overdressed?
If you're getting married, no.
Trying to think of a book to read for a book club. Ugh. If you ain't doing nothing low grade, pop on. I'm watching my boy report a crime. He's talking to a sheriff right now, or emergency. We got more snow.
We need fewer people around that.
There he goes. Ranting for vengeance. Yo,
What's up?
what is up?
Not much, man. Got
How
some
you,
dinner and
how you been doing?
uh kind of been in shambles, but life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been kind of rough for me. I try not to bitch, but I know how it could get.
Yeah, bro. I got canned from my job like a day ago. So I've
Damn.
been yeah, man. I got sent to the I was having like some heart issues, like chest issues,
Yeah.
and um basically they sent me to the emergency room, and I had missed the day prior to that, and they were just like, "Yeah, we're just gonna let you go," and I was just like, "What the fuck?" So,
That's not fucking fair.
yeah, man, like I'm truly thinking about lawyering up because like it just like what was crazy too is that my charge nurse, he was like, "Yeah, you got to go," and like I wasn't gonna argue with him, and so. And then my manager was like, "Why didn't you stick up for yourself?" I'm like, "The fuck you mean? Like he's telling me I have to go. Like if I refuse to go, they're just gonna send my ass home."
Mm.
So
Shit.
yeah, so I've been dealing with that. But haven't done anything like collecting wise. Like I haven't really looked or anything like that. And so
With your heart thing, has that been ain't getting better?
I mean, it hasn't been bad. Like this past week, like I've kind of been taking it easy, and it hasn't really been hurting much. Like here and there, I could feel a little bit, but other than that, it hasn't been too bad.
That's good.
So like, what's going on with this whole marshmallow dude? I saw the video, and dude's like just like talking shit for no reason or what?
I don't know. I mean, he goes by angry straight white male, and I guess he's a bit of a troll, and he he just started off kind of like being all perverted and shit, and saying some like not flattering things and shit like that, and I got on panel, and for some reason he just jumped to something I was pretty sensitive about. I didn't know me well enough to bring it up. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you know, you shouldn't be worried about selling a house that you're in debt over." It's like I was in some real serious shit. Like we were talking, like a fucking bank was basically doing predatory loan shit, not letting us pay on it, and saying you only got you can't even pay on it, and if you do, we'll go into foreclosure. So I was worried about it. I'm a fucking pretty see-through person. I had something bother me, so I talked about it online. And I don't know this guy from Adam. He's fucking telling me how I'm a fucking poor bitch because of it. You don't get to see the whole video.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Oh, you know what? Maybe we should just try to get along and go after Sticky Goose." I'm like, "Nah, bro." I'm like, "You went too far. I'm like, I ain't fucking with you, you piece of shit." And then he was gonna kill me and all that shit. So it don't take much for me to be like, fuck that guy, And then for some reason, he fucked with journos too. Like I know you and a few other people have issues with journos. Journos is a little short fused with people. I get that. I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying like we had a similarity with this guy was coming at me and him.
Yeah.
So I haven't had any fucking weird shit with journos. Now I've watched his content and said, it's a little spicier kind of content and opinionative, and I can see why people would have conversations with them that ain't great, but I don't fucking know, man. This marshmallow head guy seems like he's somebody that knows us, but could be like one of those guys that smile in your face all the time and pretend to be a really nice guy. So what happened with you and journos though? I was kind of wondering what started y'all's whole history.
Well, I mean, mainly, man, his personality and just the way he comes off as a person. Like, it's been years, like this shit. Like, I remember like interacting with him years ago, and he just came off the wrong way. And I just don't, just the way he is. I mean, I don't know him personally, as a actual person in contact, but the way he presents himself on the internet, it just doesn't really sit right with me. And like him talking about, him staying strapped and all this stuff, and I'm just like, dog, like who's talking about guns here? Like, you want to be a man, like, like I get it, using guns for protection, but when we're talking man to man and all this, like you're not, like you're proving our points that you're just, kind of a small man. And if he just, I don't know, man. If he changed his personality and the way he talks to people, like I'm sure he'd be a decent dude. But me personally, I don't vibe with that.
Yeah, no, you've had a bad interaction with him. I get that, bro.
And like it just, like, again, I'm not, with him, and then that whatever his name is, I forgot his name though. The one that was here talking, the bigger dude.
The bigger dude.
Um,
Journey?
No, the dude from Arizona.
Oh, big dude from Arizona. Oh, you're talking about Razor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Him. I mean, outside of like him and like Journo, like I've never really like had a problem with anyone in the community. Like the people that I've talked to, like I've been pretty good standings with everyone.
Yeah.
It's like those two dudes. They just, I can't. I can't do it.
Hey man, it's okay to not get along with people and shit. You know, that shit happens, dude. So
But also, I'll say this: the fucking marshmallow dude.
yeah,
You know, that's not fucking right for what he did to you. Like, you know, personal shit. When it comes to like comics, you know, you separate that, and you don't pry into other people's fucking lives. And dude had no right to even like say that to you. So
yeah,
like, fuck him too, man.
yeah,
Like dude's a fucking scrawny little bitch. So like,
yeah. Yeah, like I'm never going to get to a point to where I want to physically put my hand. I mean, even if you say something about my family, I'll just fucking ignore you. You know,
yeah,
like the guy, we probably gave him more of what he wanted just by bringing it up than anything. Like he was a no name, nobody knew, nobody gave a fuck, and he's very fucking racist, which is a big no for me. I don't
yeah,
care what race you're going against. Like that's fucking stupid. And that's kind of what made me sympathize for journos. Like he has multicultural relationship and kids, and this guy went straight for that. And it's just fucking disgusting to me, you know. And I mean, if you got friends like that, that don't really reflect on you well either. And here's fucking dumbass Slippery, like using his content or whatever. Like,
yeah.
dude, it's fucking crazy to me. Like what people would do.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is like with me, like if I'm gonna like say something to a person, I'll never like talk about their family or anything like that because that's none of my business. You know, it's like man to man, just straight up like, hey, you know, you got a problem, talk it out or whatever. But you know, you don't bring kids to it into it or a wife or girlfriend. Like it's not worth it.
It's
Hey man, I'll talk about your old lady. I'll talk about your mama. I'll talk about your kids, your pets. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll talk
so
about your great grandmother's cat.
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, I'm kind of fucking. I'm kind of into like. I just want to fucking talk about like comics and how cool they are. But now that we got that out of the way, I guess GT said that there's more content about it. I have no fucking idea where to start or look, so I'm not going to really dig into it right now.
Hey, catch me up real quick. What were we talking about?
Marshmallow Head, the fucking angry straight white male, the guy that was saying he was going to kill me and say that I was a bitch and all this shit about whenever my mom was worried about losing her house and we sell my grandma's house, he thought it'd be funny to make fun of me for that. So yeah, he's a real fucking dude.
No, he sounds like a class act. Like we should invite him on the show.
Yeah, it's like I'm like a magnet. Hey, dude, I wish he would come on my channel. I would bring him on just to see if I can figure out who the fuck it is, But whatever, dude. Like I'm over it. I'm like a magnet to these dumbass people for some fucking reason. I don't even gotta be dicking with them, and they're just like, "Oh, it's Biggie. Let me say something stupid to him." I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Let me get out of pocket.
So our buddy, poor fucking low grade man, he had like a heart complication, and his fucking stupid job decided to let him go. So I felt pretty bad for him. That's another thing that happened. We were talking about.
Oh fuck, dude. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, man. You know, shit happens, and I don't know. I would rather not work for a company that. Oh, dude, I fucking grilled them. Like, I just told them, I was like, you know what? You guys are disgusting human beings. Like, shit happens. People don't realize, like, shit happens in people's lives. And, like, we can't always, like, make it to work, whether we're, like, feeling sick or, a death in the family, anything like that. And it's just like, you know, so I grilled the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
I had a job once where I had to go see if I had a mass in my chest. Easy, bud. And it was looking like it could be the C word, right?
Yeah.
So I go into this place, they check me. They use like a microscopic scope, and they find out it's benign, and they take it out, and they tell me that I had a really bad flu at that time and shit. They said, we're gonna write you off for a month, but you're good. Like, you have nothing to worry about. Like, take these pain pills and go back to work in about a month. So I gave my fucking doctor's excuse to my workplace, and I had to get proof of employment for some reason. So I got proof of employment, and I went back around New Year's Eve like a week early, quicker than what I should had. And they're like, "Oh no, you can't clock in because we already let you go." I'm like, dude, you know how fucking illegal that is, bro? Like,
Yeah.
you're out of your fucking mind. I'm like, dude, you told me like man to man. This is like a cell phone business too. And he just said whatever, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, fuck it then. Yeah, this was years ago though.
Yeah, smaller companies, they all have to abide by the rules, but there's less scrutiny on a smaller company.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ohio is pretty quick. You can have any reason to fire somebody in Ohio too. So yeah.
I actually might be flying to Ohio in a couple weeks, actually.
Hell yeah.
So,
Southern Ohio?
I think near Cleveland.
Oh yeah, way far.
Yeah, wherever that is. Well, I know where Cleveland is, but like,
Oh shit! Oh, I get what's going on now. Okay, so check this out. Guess who this is supposed to look like? Who's this, guys? Who's he homaging?
what?
I have no idea.
Fucking Darth Lopez.
Oh,
With a Lamb of God sweater.
He looks like fucking Darth Lopez with his shit on. That's hilarious. Wow.
Good old Sticky.
That's actually a little funny. Okay. I don't know what this. Huh? Go
I
ahead.
just want to know like how long this charade, this character is really gonna last with this dude. Because I mean, at a certain point, people are gonna stop caring.
I don't know. I think once he only gets like 100 views of fucking video, maybe it'll stop. But people still watch him, so maybe it won't ever stop.
No.
so that's the thing. That's the thing that's sad. Like, I wouldn't give a fuck if that dude noticed who I was or knew who I was. Like, that would mean nothing to me. Fuck that dude.
Yeah, I don't. He's not my favorite person in this world. So, but then again, I don't even know him in real life, and I mean, I don't even care, to be honest. Like,
no. I got love for everybody, man. I just love some people more, dude. That's about all it is for me, man. I want everybody to fucking be doing well and not having hard times and shit like that. I don't want to fucking be like, oh, this motherfucker's got to go. But when you're
Hey, I didn't say he needed to go. I just said I wouldn't give a fuck if he knew who I was.
Right. So I'm trying to figure out what book I should pick for tomorrow, man. I want to pick something good to read. And
Avengers JLA #2.
Yeah. That's what D's doing right now. He did #1 last time. I'm thinking like Incredible Hulk 2 or fucking some book I got that I haven't got to read that much. Maybe even Deadpool 1, a different one, but we'll see.
Like Hulk from like the 60s? Like Hulk #2?
Like Volume 1, #2. Yeah, first Green Hulk.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good book. That's a big book.
It's pretty cool because Hulk 1 is way different than Hulk 2. You know, like Hulk 1, he's like Frankenstein. Hulk 2, he's like the Hulk we kind of know.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a good one, but who knows? We'll see. So how you been doing, Deep?
Man, I've been good, man. I finally over my illness, and the wife left me. She went to Arizona without me.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
peacefully left me, not like fuck you, I'm going to Arizona. It wasn't one of them. So, but
She didn't say fuck you on the way out.
no. She I don't know if I mentioned this here before, but and you guys can look this up. There's a condition that makes people be allergic to temperature, and she's allergic to the cold weather. When I say allergic, I don't mean she doesn't like it. I mean it makes her skin break out in a rash, and if
Does it affect your bones?
not her bones, but it can if she doesn't get out of the cold, it starts to really hurt, like more than normal. So we have a really cold week this week, and her parents live in Arizona, so she jetted down there to go spend a week with them, and I was like, cool. I'm gonna stay up here in Minnesota and have the house to myself.
You're in Minnesota. That's cold, man. Jesus.
Oh, dude, we were at -18 when I woke up this morning.
Fuck. It got to like 5 degrees here, but that's about it.
Yeah.
What's the temperature, Melody? I think it's like -4 right now.
Dude, once you get negative anything, it's fucking cold. It don't matter.
Yeah, they got the feel like and they got the actual temperature. So I think it's like 2 degrees, but feels like -10 kind of deal.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah,
it snowed again too, so that's fun.
Yeah, my mom's up in Glendale, Arizona, so I was thinking about maybe flying down there for a week.
Yeah.
It's 70-degree weather.
Didn't you used to live in California?
Yeah, LA.
You lived in LA, so it seems like everybody from around LA kind of like is very gang oriented. Was you ever like?
Oh yeah.
Is that like
Logred used to run the streets, yo.
Yeah, let me know. Hello.
A little download of my family, a little back history.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so my mother, they migrated from Guatemala to East LA in the late 70s, like the late 70s, early 80s. And five kids. My mom, her two brothers, two sisters. All of them were all involved in gang activity.
Oh shit.
So what was it? I think it was like Tortilla Flats or something like that, the gang name. I'm pretty sure it's either that or White Fence, one of the two. But so everyone on my mom's side of the family is either dead, drugs, killed someone.
Jesus.
My uncle, he's been in jail since the 80s for murder. My other uncle, from what they told me, he killed someone when he was like 13. My aunt, they found her. She was on drugs, and they ended up finding her like hung from a tree. God. And then my mom has a bunch of shit on her rap sheet, and then my other aunt, she's, and then it kind of like passed down to like the next generation. And so, yeah.
Did you kind of, I mean, you're around it, but you weren't like in it though, right?
No. So I had my little cholo phase.
Oh, oh shit.
When I was like 12, 13. So like when I was in middle school, they made us wear like khakis and polos. So I would wear the khakis and polos, and then I shaved my head, and I would wear the Nike Cortezes. And yeah, dude, I mean, like I wasn't a part of it, but like I was like a wannabe. But I like experienced a lot of it, growing up, seeing it. My fucking cousin got shot in a drive-by. I still vividly remember that. My brother, he was, you know, so
Yeah.
like,
So I watched like No Jumper, right?
mhm.
You ever heard of that?
Yeah, Adam 22 or whatever.
Right. So even if you ain't in a gang, they're like, I'm from this neighborhood and I have gang friends. It's like the first thing they say every time, you know. And then there's guys like you, very very seldomly, that they're just like, I'm from LA and I'm not gang oriented, but I am from an area that is pretty rough, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about. I mean, now it was so different, like back then to now. It's like, I mean, I tried not to really associate myself around. I mean, my cousins, they were, in that shit, and like I was just around it. But like, it's weird because I lived two different lives. Like basically, my mom and her family, we were all separated, and then my dad, um, basically like, they were in the film industry, and my uncle was a doctor. So like two separate, lives that I was kind of in between. I actually have a picture. I'll show you. There's a picture of me when I was like 12. I'll send you a picture of it though. But it was like me in like the like baggy shirt, baggy clothes, like shaved head, everything. So
Damn.
yeah,
Wow. Well, I know in the like late 90s it was uh very fashionable or part of culture for like gang activity. Like even in small towns, it was like a fucking epidemic, you know. But shit's gotten a lot loose. But California stays that way, from what I can tell. Like it's always, there's a gang, there's a gang, there's a gang. You know, it's like okay.
When
But
I
so
was
like
in when I was in elementary, um, not element like I'm talking like sixth grade. I got jumped by four kids on the playground, and one of them hit me in the back of the head with a pistol.
Jesus and
Um,
fucking
a
what?
pistol.
yeah, um, he got expelled. Obviously, I'm glad he didn't shoot me. When I woke up, because that shit knocked me the fuck out.
Yeah,
When I
man.
woke up, I thought I had slipped and fell on some ice. I had to kind of explain it to me, like, "Oh no, you were in a fight." And I was like, I don't feel like I was fighting. I feel like I got my ass kicked." Yeah, but when
That's
my
just
parents heard about, yeah, when my parents heard about that, they we moved to a different neighborhood.
Wow.
sixth grade, man. Kid with a pistol. That is
Yeah, that's pretty
wow.
rough. I I think we've all seen some pretty fucking wild shit. I got stories on top of stories. I'm not even gonna get started because it's kind of embarrassing. But so I think I'm gonna do like a giveaway for members and super chats around April. I'm gonna start keeping like a ledger of everybody that ever sends me money or whatever, and I'm gonna fucking throw them in a hat because Comic Collector Geek, he shouted me out on his channel. He said I did a raffle. I never actually did one. I just talked about it, so now I feel like I should do one. So I'm gonna do one, and everybody's gonna be in it. So we'll see how it goes. I'll start getting some shit together. Maybe a little sooner than that.
Lisa, we had to move, man. I was I was very outnumbered in that school. It was not a good place. I kept getting beat up. It started to get bad.
I'll tell you a quick little part of my life. Okay, so whenever I was young, I live in Ohio, so it's mainly white people. So it's a little weird, but somehow the elementary school I went to was predominantly black. Like, and predominantly black for my city is like 18 black kids to fucking 3 white kids, you know.
Yeah.
And I had red hair, and I was never like ever racist though. I like all my friends were not white, you know, and I'm just like, I like it here and it was fun and shit. But I did kind of get picked on, but I was good at fighting as a child. I'm not that good now, But you know, I used to whoop ass when I was in elementary. So when I got to middle school and I seen them all again, oh, you're the white redhead kid that whooped my ass in second grade. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. You know, and that's kind of my experience.
Well, dude, the weird thing for me is when I moved. So I was in like like Minneapolis, not a great neighborhood area. And then they moved us. My mom moved us to a suburb. Um, so when I got to the suburb, like someone would say something offensive to me, and I thought I was required to fight them. You
Yeah.
know, and it wasn't like I was tough. Like I'm not bragging about like my ass whooping abilities. I just like some kid called me gay or something, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm fucking you up now, and I
Oh,
started throwing my dukes, and it took me about a year or two before I realized like, hey, like it's kind of cool if someone says something shitty to me, like I can just flip them off and like we can both like keep our teeth, like
Yeah.
so
I tell you something
yeah.
funny. So I got this tooth right here, right? It's shorter than the rest of them because it got chipped. So in elementary, we did this thing. I don't know if y'all did the same rules we did, but in our town, the way we did it was you get in each other's face. I push you, you push me, then we fight, right? So I went to do that in like sixth grade, and I got in the guy's face, and I was getting ready to push, and instead of push, he just punched me. I think he was more scared than I was, and it fucked my eye up. I had a big black eye,
man.
hit my tooth, and did y'all ever have that though? Do you remember the push back fight, or was I the only one?
No, dude, like that was when I moved to that suburb, like that's what kind of happened. Like I didn't know what the protocol was in this area, but dude said something, I pushed him, he pushed me, and I started like I started choking his ass, but like I knew like I could like because I was a bigger dude back then, like I've been like this height since I've been like seventh grade. I'm like 5'11", 6 feet tall. And so I was a bigger kid, and like I didn't want to hurt someone. Like I didn't want to fuck up their face. So like I'd try and like control them, and
I was jumped by a bunch of guys in skeleton costumes at a Halloween party, or maybe that was kind of a Karate Kid movie. My bad.
it's hard to remember,
Orange or something.
dude. It's tough, man. Like trying to remember what is what.
I think all of us
We're-
got a couple fights in our lives.
Oh yeah.
It's funny to talk about. Shout outs to this chat, man. Synthetic Panels did a video about my video, and he was talking about all the bullies and shit and telling us how we can find out who they are, and it's pretty good.
Bro, don't you hate it when you get messages from people that you don't even know? Like, I just got a random message that said finally came with like with picture, and I don't even know who sent that.
Yeah, dude. I'm so sick and tired of getting dick pics. It's not even cool.
Now, if it was a dick pic, it'd be fine, but my chemical romance, come on.
How much can you bench, fucking low grade, Doug? You look like you could put up about 400 pounds, bro. No?
So like laying down, like laying back, I just benched like 195. It's not that much. I'm still kind of like, but I can squat bench like 350 now.
Squat?
So
Like fucking squat and then put it above your head?
so yeah, like you have it on your shoulders and then you like squat down.
Oh, okay. You could kind of like squat. Yeah, I got you. Wow.
Yeah, and
That
then
means he could carry me out of a room.
yeah, I can deadlift like 220 right now.
Nice.
But I mean, dude, I've only been doing it for a couple months, and I mean, I got ways to go, but like consistently doing it, I'm pretty proud of myself for being consistent.
Well, I haven't told the chat this or anybody really. Y'all know that I've been like battling anxiety and shit. And with this snowstorm and shit, like I haven't been getting out of the house a lot. So I'm kind of like wondering if I'm mentally getting fucked in the brain right now. So I don't even want to go to a doctor's appointment or anything, but I'm really just really appreciative that my mom and my girlfriend and shit are. I have them because I'd be fucked right now, and then it's really depressing to me because I have my son, he's 7, and I
Yeah.
want to be able to do everything for him, and I have kind of up until last week, but I'm gonna snap out of it, man. It's just been bugging
Yeah.
me.
Biggie, I'm gonna tell you, man, like you gotta find a way to break that out
Yeah,
because when a week turns into a month turns into 6 months, it turns into a year. Like you don't want to let that shit snowball, dude. You gotta
I gotta
break
snap
that.
out of it.
You're noticing it now, and dude, once you get out of the house, like you'll realize, like, yeah, I'm familiar with this. Like, I'm gonna run down to the convenience store and get my smokes. I'm gonna go to Walmart and like you're gonna. It'll feel normal. Like you don't. I'm the opposite way, dude. I can't stay in my house.
Yeah,
I wake up like dude. This morning, you're a classic example. I woke up at 3 a.m. for no good reason other than my body woke up, and it's like 6 a.m. and I'm like my leg is bouncing and I need to get out of the fucking house. And it's fucking cold. It's like -18 out there. I'm like, oh, this is not gonna be good.
Well, I'll tell you guys this, and I have actually haven't told anyone this. A couple days ago, I actually tried to end it.
oh my
Oh
god.
fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I'm glad you failed.
Well, yeah. You know, everything has just been like kind of just like downhill. Like with my dog, like I said,
Yeah.
with my ex, and now losing my job. It's just like this one big wave where like you get hit and it feels like you're just drowning, and you just don't think that you're ever gonna get up. And I was at a point where I was like, you know what, I don't really care anymore, and you know,
Fuck.
but I mean, I'm trying to like get better now, but it's still hard.
That fucking breaks my heart, man. Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
And I mean, I haven't had really anyone to talk about it with, because it's like, I can't do therapy, and like I don't really talk to anyone, and the one person I did talk to, she's done, and so it's like, well, so
Well, thank you for sharing that with us. I didn't really want to share that with them because people are fucked up, bro. Like they'll use this against me and you or whoever, and they'll think, oh, you're a coward or whatever the fuck. But it takes a
fuck
lot
them, man.
of fucking bravery, and it's a good step to speak out. That shows me that you're working on it and you're trying to figure out how to fucking fix it. Like that's what I'm doing. Like I'm just trying to figure this shit out and make it right.
It's hard, man. Like, being alone all the time. Like, people are always saying, you need to learn to be alone and all this stuff. And like, I get that. Like, being alone is cool sometimes, but when you don't have anyone, like constantly or even every other time, like, doing everything by yourself, it just after a while gets old. And then, that's just like the normal. And it shouldn't be normal, but, at least in my case, that's my reality and my normalcy.
Yeah. So Damir's, I met him at a con when I met D at the con, and he's one of the best people in the community, bro. I'm so sorry, man. He sounds like he's got a lot of similarities with you. Maybe you guys should reach out on Instagram. I'm gonna try to
Yeah,
stay in touch with you some more, low grade dude, and I'm gonna hit you up too, Day.
yeah, I'll follow him. Actually,
No, dude, Damer's a good cat, dude. Like, I'm sorry to hear you've been. I didn't even know you were going through that, dude. That sucks.
Well, I'm glad I
yeah.
brought up what I did because people were opening up and shit, and it's fucking
Hey,
sad.
low grade. Where are you? Are you still gonna work on trying to find a new dog, or
Um, probably maybe in the like a year. I'm kind of. Oh man, I need to like really like fix myself before I get a dog. You know, because like mentally, I'm not really here. I'm kind of just physically here, and like I don't want to. Like I want, if I get another dog, I want to be able to give it the love and attention and time that it deserves. And right now,
you know?
I know I won't be able to do that. So I
Are
think
you
once
sure
I
though?
get past,
Are you sure though that like you couldn't that when just like I think like that's one of the plugs people feel, right? Like your marriage ended, dog passed away. Like I think there's love there that you're not getting out, and maybe having something to put that love onto would help, and then all of a sudden you've got this other creature that depends on you, and it looks forward to you coming home, and it just it's a start. And I think if you kick that can down the road for a year, that's a long fucking time to like just go it alone. Like, I'm not saying go get a puppy tomorrow, but
yeah,
start looking around. Maybe there's a dog that like looks at you the right way and needs that home now.
yeah. I mean, if anything, I'll probably wait a couple months and then I'll maybe start looking because I mean, I am starting to heal from losing my dog and like it's starting to get a little bit easier. Like waking up every day and like not feeling that like basically like not feeling the dread that I was feeling a couple months ago, and so I think it's starting to get better.
Well, you went to school, you got your diploma, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so that was fucking very good, dude. And you might have, lost your job because of this shit, but you have some really good things going for you.
when I mean I have my nursing assistant license, so I can easily. I mean, I'm not really worried about the job thing. I'm not really worried about because there's plenty of work.
Okay.
Um, like even if not here, like I can move to like Arizona or even back to California and easily find work. So that's not really the big deal. Um, it was more so why they fired me.
Yeah, it makes you mad.
Like, and what pissed me off was I was supposed to have this meeting last week instead of this week, but they pushed it off because my manager, former manager, and HR person were both sick. And so they needed to push it a week. And I'm like, wait a minute. So you guys can be sick and miss work. But when I do it, like, so.
Yeah. Well, you're going to go visit your family in a little bit, so I think that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, go see your mom,
It'll,
dude.
For real.
it'll be nice to get some sun because it's
I've
fucking
been,
depressing. Bro, this seasonal depression. It's not it.
no, it's not fucking fun right now. I've been manic before, but I've never like thought of ending it or anything. But I never thought I'd be manic either. Like I just kept going, fuck no, like for fucking 3 hours. I'm not even gonna say why, but it was fucking scary. And I got too much. I mean, having my son and shit just makes me feel like I have no excuse but to try and make myself better. So I just work on shit every day. But hearing like people around me having depression and shit, Makes me want to try to be nicer to people and shit, you know, and try not to be so shitty and stuff. You know, you gotta be nice to everybody, man. Even these little small fights, when you see somebody have a reaction that ain't exactly normal, like you got to think like people are going through things, man. You got to back off a motherfucker sometimes, dude. For real.
Yeah, that's what I don't know. After me trying it, that kind of like put a lot of things in perspective. Like, you know, like how do I want to be looked at? You know, when I die, you know, do I want to be looked at as someone who was an asshole, who treated people poorly, or someone who like cared and was a decent human being? And I'm trying to be that. I'm not perfect, and none of us are perfect, but
Dude,
all we can do is try.
I'm pretty close.
Man, you're probably the most perfect human being I've ever met. So
I
Dude,
wish I was more like you.
I'm right there. I'm right there.
you're on the
Like,
precipice.
my only flaw is once in a while I fall asleep on Biggie's show.
What grade is that Daredevil one again?
That's a 4 or 5.
Yeah, see, that's your fault. It isn't a 5-0.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, if it was a 5-0, I'd be right there.
you need perfection.
He puts on this nice persona of having a perfect life, a perfect, nice X-Men 1, Daredevil 1. But, you know.
Hey, dude, we all go through our shit, dude. Like I had a like a 4-year period, dude, where I lost both parents. I had to
That's right.
I had to take them both off life support myself because they were divorced and I was an only child. In between that, like my friend committed suicide. I lost 3 different uncles. Like I went like a 4-year period of just like losing people that were a huge part of my life over and over again. Like, dude, there are some days that got really fucking tough. Like, and yeah, man, like, and I don't try and compare my shit to anyone else, man, because like there are so many different types of loss. It's not always death. But yeah, man,
It puts shit in perspective. I'll tell you what we're going to do is I want you to hang out low grade. We're going to go in the back and talk a little bit, but I feel like I don't want to do this on, we kind of expose ourselves and it's kind of weird,
oh, dude, I was getting ready to expose myself.
Yeah. Don't go nowhere, man. We're going to get on out of here.
Sexually.
Prayers and wishes today and me and low grade and we're all rooting for each other and we're all gonna come out of this and we're gonna be fine, dude. So I'm gonna finish it up. Don't go nowhere, low. All right, guys, see y'all later, man. See you tomorrow.